What's up? It's a special night. It's a fun night. I don't do enough of these. Let me change my little settings here to make sure everything is ready. Yep, making sure everything's ready. Hey y'all, it is October 29th, a special night, another kids' night, and I'm excited because I've already started looking ahead to next year and I have got several ideas for a few more of these. So, if you are a child or kid, whoever, even your parents, you have some ideas for a kids' night, please send them my way. I would love to take them into mine that way. So give me some ideas for some more of these. I enjoy them. I taught pre-K for 13 years. I like kids. I like kids a lot. So hopefully I could do more of these. I just need your all's ideas. So send them my way, please. All right, like I said, today's October 29th. That means in a couple days it's Halloween. Anyone do anything fun? I'm not. I'm gonna stay at home because I am a scaredy cat. I don't care for Halloween. I don't like masks. There's creepy music. I like to close my door and turn off my lights and yeah, avoid Halloween. I don't care for it. It scares me. I'm a wimp. But it's okay. So if you are doing something fun for Halloween, let me know. I'd love to hear what your costume is, where you're going, what's your favorite candy. My favorite candy are those little boxes of dots. I love little boxes of dots. I love them so much. I'd actually have them over chocolate. I like gummy bears. I like any gummy stuff. Yeah. There you go. All right, so like I said, special kids night. I've got a yummy drink for you kids. Hopefully, you guys love it as much as I do. It's something that I remember having even when I was little. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And then I've got some fun, spooky science experiments. They're not so spooky. I'm just calling them spooky because I've made them a tiny bit like Halloween. They're not spooky though. There's nothing scary about these science experiments. So I see I've got a few people on. So hello, hey everyone. We're gonna get started. But before we get started, yes, I love gummies. And I'm not starting early. I start exactly on time. If anything, I'm punctual. I love gummies, anything gummies. If you give me a choice between chocolate and gummies, I will always choose gummies. If it's sour, guess what? I'm probably gonna choose that too. I love sour gummies. Yep. Oh, I can eat a bag full of those dang lifesaver gummies. I love them so much. Gummies are my favorite. I will always choose gummies over other candy. Okay, so since it's a kids' night, and I did this last time, and just do a little, waste a little bit of time before we get started with everything. That way, so if anyone wants to join us, they can. I have a few jokes, a couple jokes. I actually thought they were quite funny. So let me try them out on y'all. Okay, how do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern? With the pumpkin patch. Aha! Come on. It's funny, isn't it? Yep. Some cheesy jokes I like. There's other jokes that I'm like, not so funny. What type of pants do ghosts wear? Boo jeans. Boo jeans. Love boo jeans. Yep. Milo. That sounds actually not so nice. Regular gummy worms, but the sour ones, no, I don't want any sour vodka. No. Okay, anyway, next one. What instrument does a skeleton play? The trombone. The trombone. Come on. That's funny. And last, which friend of the witch is good at baseball? The bat. Come on. Those are funny. Everyone loves a good joke. And we need more laughter in the world. So if you didn't laugh at those, you need a funny bone. All right, tonight for you kids, guess what we're doing? We're making a pumpkin float. And I'm really excited about this. Like I said, it's something that, I'm not gonna lie, I've made it a few times being an adult. I like it a lot. To make this pumpkin float, all you need is an orange soda and some vanilla ice cream. So what we're gonna do is first take a Sharpie. And like I said, none of this stuff is scary, none of it is spooky. It's just fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and draw a jack-o'-lantern face on here. Now, this is funny because a pumpkin is a pumpkin until you carve a face in it. As soon as you carve a face in it, it is a jack-o'-lantern. It is no longer a pumpkin. It is a jack-o'-lantern. I don't care what people think. It is... Okay, so I'm taking a lot of time here drawing a face. So I'm going to speed this up. I'm actually quite the stickler about that. I have corrected people in the past for calling it a pumpkin when it is a jack-o'-lantern. And they roll their eyes at me. But I know it's true. So, okay, there you go. I drew myself a little face on my cup. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour just a little bit of orange soda. Orange soda, I love orange. I'm sure you could do this with other sodas, but because it's a pumpkin float, pumpkins are what color? Orange. So, we are going with that. You've never carved a pumpkin before? Milo, I'm quite upset for you. They're fun. I've done it a few times as an adult. Yeah. It's a fun way to be creative and everything, but it's quite messy, and I am not the biggest fan of mess. So, there's that. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of ice cream. Actually, you can put as much ice cream as in there as your mom and dad's will let you. I have a little tip for you though. If you're gonna use an ice cream scoop or whatever you're gonna use to scoop, I have a cup of hot water that I had my ice cream scoop sitting in. I took it out and my ice cream scoop went straight through the ice cream. Didn't have to struggle at all. All right, so there we go. We have got, I put a little bit of soda. We put in my ice cream. And then I'm going to top it with more soda. And it's going to take a second because it's all going to fizz up. And get all fun and foamy. And then I'm going to stick myself a little straw in there. Kind of push it around a little bit. That way so the soda starts breaking up the ice cream. And it's going to make your soda all creamy and fun and yummy. And then there you go. How about that? A soda. That's all it is. Soda and ice cream. Pumpkin float. Yummy. Okay, so, like I said, we've got some spooky science experiments this evening. They're not spooky, but a couple of these I've tried, a couple I have not. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope they all work. The first one is the one I've wanted to try for so long, and I actually planned tonight so I could try it. First one is with Skittles. If you love candy, you know about Skittles. All right, we're gonna see what happens when, and this was actually gonna probably take a few minutes, so we're gonna do it now and keep checking in with it over time. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get Skittles, and you're gonna get a plate. And this plate or bowl, whatever. It needs to be slightly sloped. Just a tiny bit, slightly sloped. I hope this one is. This is all I had. So if it doesn't work, I'm gonna blame it on the plate. Okay, so I put my Skittles in a pattern all the way around. This is when I realized that Skittles did not have blue. For some reason I thought they had blue. Maybe it's the other flavors, but guess what? Here you go. We put our Skittles around there, and you're taking some warm water. Not boiling hot, not cold, warm. Now before you do any of these things this evening, if you want to try any of them, make sure you talk to mom and dad. Get their permission. You're not going to come back and say, well, Manda told me to do it. Nope, Manda did not. Manda told you to call your mom and dad and ask them for permission. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Put your Skittles around the edge. You're going to put in a tiny bit of warm water, and we're going to let it be. We're going to check back in it in a few minutes. We can already see something cool happening, so we may not be checking back in a few minutes. We may just sit here for a second. You see what's happening? How awesome! It really is Taste the Rainbow, isn't it? Look at that. Now they did say the warmer the water, the better this turns out. I'm trying not to move it too much that way so it doesn't mess it up. So like I said, I just put Skittles all the way around the edge and just put in a tiny little bit of warm water. Just enough to, you know, cover it up a little bit. And look at that. How awesome! We have a rainbow, kind of. It's missing the blue. Yep. Isn't that neat? Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna pull it over here. Oh, I don't want to move it too much, so I'm gonna leave it right there, and I'm going to move my camera back up a tiny bit that way, so I can keep doing this stuff. All right, the next one is. Y'all have probably seen this. If you've got a mom or a dad and you've ever had balloons in your house, they've probably done this to you. So, all I have done is I've made myself a little bat. Made myself a bat. I have a balloon. And we're gonna blow it up. We'll tie it off. And then, if you have ever walked across a carpet and then gone and touched somebody and felt that shock, do you know what that is? It's static. Now, I'm going to see if this works. Again, I've tried some of these. I haven't tried all of these. All right, so there we go. Ooh, see, move my hair. Here we go. Oh, a little bit. There we go. Kinda. There, up. Like I said, whoop, there we go. The static picked up my bat wings. Isn't that neat? Now the bat wings are made out of tissue paper. They're super, super lightweight. So it's easy for that to happen. If you were to use a thicker paper, it's not going to work. So take my balloon, rub it on my head, watch my hair fly all over the place, and it will pick up lightweight. If you had a feather, it'd probably do that. There you go. Isn't that cool? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep. Bat wings. Okay, I'm going to throw that to the side. Next one. I have not tried this one before, but I'm so excited about it. We're going to try it. And I'm kind of scared because I don't know if it's going to be a huge mess. Got a balloon. I'm going to draw the face of a ghost. What does the ghost face look like? Probably like kind of scary looking. Let's see. How do I draw that? This is, you can't stretch it out to draw. Oh. So my ghost face is probably going to look kind of wonky and cuckoo crazy. So I'm getting marker all over my finger. Okay, so there's my ghost face. And he is, his mouth is a little crooked. It's because he's super excited about Halloween. There you go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've got an empty bottle. Got an empty bottle. I'm gonna stick it inside this thing and hope that nothing explodes up. And if anything comes out, it only goes into this dish. I don't know. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a funnel here, that way so I can pour it easily. And I'm going to take a half cup of vinegar. If you are older and have done any experiments with vinegar and baking soda, you know what might happen. So there's my vinegar. Now I've got my baking soda. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to put this into I'm going to put a funnel into my balloon. And then you're going to take a tablespoon. I got a half cup of vinegar inside of my bottle. I'm going to take a tablespoon of baking soda and put it into my balloon, using a straw to push it down in there. And you don't want to go in. It's stuck. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Like I said, we're going to hope, we're going to cross our fingers that this does not get all over my kitchen. If this gets all over my kitchen, I'm going to recruit some people to come and help me clean. So I have a tablespoon of baking soda inside of my balloon. I'm going to wrap the balloon around the top of the bottle. Remember, we've got baking soda in there. We've got my balloon. We've got vinegar in here. We got baking soda in the balloon. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up. So I'm scared. Yee! Up. Okay, so it's blowing up the balloon. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I was hoping it would stand up. There's still, ooh! See, that's going to make it like go all over the place. Okay, so I should have probably drawn a little bit more of a face on there. Hey, it blew it up though. Why'd that happen? Because baking soda and vinegar together is a chemical reaction. You combine those two every single time, guess what? You're going to get the fizzies and the fun. I'm just so glad it did not hit my ceiling or go all over the place. It blew up the balloon though, because that chemical reaction, all of that had to go somewhere. It filled up the balloon. So I'm going to move this out of the way because we've got one more. Are you still watching our Skittles? It seems the colors are starting to run together more and more and more. It's not so pretty. Yep, not so pretty, but it's still cool. Okay, I got one more. This was my favorite. I've done this. I've done this a couple of times. When I taught young children, I like to do this because it just blew their mind. It did. I'm going to take a plate. You can take a bowl, just make sure it's big. Plate, make sure it's big. And a bar of ivory soap. Again, don't do any of these unless you got mom and dad's permission. You're going to unwrap the paper from the soap. And then I'm going to stick it in the microwave. Now, I can't remember how much time it takes. I just know that something really, really cool and incredibly awesome happens, and it seriously blows your mind every time. It blows my mind even though I know it's going to happen. So, ivory soap for a couple of minutes in the microwave. And I can't really see it that good. Oh, it's starting. It's starting. It's starting. It's going to blow your mind, seriously. And it's going to make your house and your microwave smell amazing. It's almost done. So I put it in for 5 minutes. Obviously, you don't need it for that long. It's only been 45 seconds, and it's almost done. So if you do this, you're only going to do it for like 45 seconds. It's depending on your microwave. You ready? I don't think you're ready. This is really cool. This is just a bar of ivory soap. You remember what it looked like when I put it in there? It was just like this. Just a little bar, just like that. It didn't look like that no more. Ready? Boom! Look at that. We move our Skittles out of the way. Skittles are done. Look at that. What happened? And it's actually kind of warm, so you can't go like touching it immediately because you just put it in the microwave for 45 seconds. But it expanded. And why did that happen? I learned actually to look it up because I was just so fascinated with it. Ivory soap, the way they make ivory soap is it's little tiny air pockets, little bubbles. And the reason why they do that is when you take a bath and your tub's full of water and you drop your soap into the water, guess what? Your bar of soap's going to float. At least ivory soap does. Other soap does not. So ivory soap makers decided to use little bubbles and air pockets to form their soap. That way, so when you dropped it in the tub, it would float and you could find your bar of soap easily. So when you put it in the microwave, those little bubbles, little air pockets in the soap, they get warm. They need to expand. And you get this awesomeness. Now, like I said, it's still warm. Oh, and I could have done it for a little bit more. There's the bar of soap. Feels like a cloud. Like if you imagined what a cloud would feel like. Look at that. It's so light and fluffy. Yep. That's it. Isn't that cool? That's my favorite one. I love that because it is really so fascinating to me. I love it. So guess what? I only picked 4 science experiments this evening, and I think they're all pretty cool. We're going to check in one more time with them. Make sure. Let's see. Here we go. Our Skittles are looking like a jumbled, gross mess now. Yep. And then, let's check our, yeah. He's still hanging out there. He did not stand up. There's still some baking soda shaking around in there. But he blew up. There you go. Isn't that cool? Simple, super simple science experiments. All we used this evening was a little bit of candy, some baking soda, some vinegar, and a bar of soap. Super simple. Again, don't do any of these unless you got mom and dad's permission. You don't want to get in trouble, and it's not my fault. It's your fault if you do it. But with all of that being said, it's time for me to end this whole shindig, this whole party. But I have to tell you guys what I'm doing next week. It's not a kids' night next week. Next week, we're back to talking with, I guess, whoever wants to watch. I mean, kids can watch if they want. But next week, we're talking sleep. We love sleep. I remember when I was little, I hated going to bed. I don't know why. I thought I was going to miss something. But now, I look forward to bedtime. Like this weekend, we went to bed like at 9:30 Friday night, and I was so excited about it. That is what it's like being an adult. You get excited about bedtime. We love sleep. So next Monday, I am giving you some tips, giving you some ideas, some ways to help you get better sleep and longer amounts of sleep. I love sleep, and I have found a few ways that work for me every single time. Some that work with me part of the time, but just because they work a little bit with me doesn't mean that they won't work perfectly for you. So next week we are talking sleep, brainstorming some tips and tricks, and then we're going to make some red velvet cake martinis. That's for mommies and daddies though, not for the kids. Sorry. You'll have another night soon though. Just send me those ideas. Anything you want to see, you want me to try out, let me know. I would love to do another kids night. I guess that's it then. Another Monday night in the books. Is Halloween week, so if you're going out trick-or-treating, please be safe, be careful, have fun, and enjoy yourselves. Until then, I will see you guys next Monday. Bye, y'all.